The rise and fall of G. Brooks, a country music legend's journey from stardom to controversy. In the world of country music, few names have had the impact of G. Brooks. The superstar, whose full name is Troy G. Brooks, is often regarded as one of the genre's greatest talents. However, his remarkable journey, from the pinnacle of country music fame to the tragic twists that would later define his story, has left a legacy fraught with both glory and controversy. The recent backlash that has been ignited after his controversial comments regarding his support for all beer brands, including Bud Light, has only added fuel to the fire. The singer's career, once an unstoppable force, has now been marred by public scrutiny and legal troubles, leaving his fans with a sense of disbelief. The backlash and tragic fall from grace. The music world was shaken to its core when G. Brooks found himself at the center of a scandal that led to a life sentence handed down by the Mississippi court. What began as a seemingly minor controversy quickly escalated, culminating in a shocking outcome that sent shockwaves through the industry. Fans were left reeling, trying to reconcile the image of the beloved country star they had supported for decades with the man now facing serious legal charges. What then could have led to this sudden downfall? Was it truly a mistake on Brooks' part that justified such a devastating sentence? The once iconic figure who had serenaded audiences worldwide with his music had seemingly disappeared behind a veil of scandal and tragedy. This abrupt shift in his life raised many questions. What awaits him behind the prison walls? And more importantly, what drove him to this point? The answer is a complicated one, as G. Brooks's journey is a story filled with highs, lows, and a deeper narrative that involves love, loss, and the price of fame. The journey to stardom, a rural beginning. Born on February 7, 1962, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, G. Brooks came from humble beginnings. Growing up in the small town of Yukon, Oklahoma, he was the youngest of 6 siblings in a family that was steeped in music. His mother, Colleen Maroy Carroll, was a talented artist, known for her performances on the famous television show Ozark Jubilee and for recording with Capitol Records in the 1950s. While his mother's musical influence was significant, Brooks did not initially share her passion for music. Instead, he found his early calling in sports, which seemed like a more immediate path for him. Through hard work and talent, Brooks earned a prestigious athletic scholarship to attend Oklahoma State University, where he also completed a degree in advertising in 1984. However, despite his focus on sports, the spark of music was never far from his heart. After graduation, he made the bold decision to move to Nashville, Tennessee in 1985, the country music capital of the world, to pursue his musical dreams. Struggles and setbacks. The Nashville Dream. Upon arriving in Nashville, Brooks faced immediate challenges. His initial attempts to break into the music scene were met with failure. Discouraged, he briefly returned to Oklahoma, only to realize that his passion for country music had not been extinguished. After a period of reflection, Brooks returned to Nashville with renewed determination, determined to make his mark in a fiercely competitive industry. It wasn't long before his talent caught the attention of industry professionals. With his deep, resonant voice and captivating performance style, Brooks began to attract a following. His self-titled debut album, G. Brooks, released in 1989, featured 2 hit singles, Much Too Young and If Tomorrow Never Comes. These songs showcased Brooks's ability to connect emotionally with his audience, and the album quickly made its mark on the Billboard charts, reaching the runner-up position on the country album chart. The success of G. Brooks paved the way for his next major release, No Fences, 1990. The album made history, spending an unprecedented 23 weeks at #1 on the country album chart. It went on to sell over 17 million copies worldwide, cementing Brooks's status as a global country music sensation. Breaking barriers, the rise of a superstar. Brooks's success didn't stop with No Fences. His music blended the raw authenticity of traditional country with the appeal of pop, attracting a broad audience. His live performances, too, were unlike anything country fans had seen before. As Britannica notes, Brooks transformed the live country music experience, incorporating elements from rock concerts, complete with fireworks, light shows, and high-energy performances. This electrifying stage presence helped define him as a true crossover artist, making him one of the most successful entertainers of his generation. The full circle of music and life for George Strait, the recognition he now enjoys, whether it's his induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame or the accolades that continue to come his way, is the culmination of years of dedication and authenticity. He has not only helped define the genre of country music, but has redefined it for a new generation, blending traditional sounds with modern influences. His achievements, however, aren't just about the milestones and record-breaking moments. They are about the connection he's fostered with his audience, the love he shares with his family, and the unwavering commitment he's had to his craft. "I've always done country music," he reflects. "It's always been a mixture of everything, from heartache to fun, from love to loss." It is this deep, versatile connection to the genre that has allowed Strait to carve out a legacy that will last for generations. In a time when country music was shifting towards pop influences, George Strait remained a steady force, embracing his roots and staying true to the sound that resonated with fans from all walks of life. Today, as he stands on the grand stage of the Country Music Hall of Fame, George Strait acknowledges his place in country music history not with an air of entitlement, but with profound gratitude. "It's hard to believe that I'm part of this," he says, still humbled by the honor. But for George, it's not the accolades that matter most. It's the love of his fans, the strength of his family, and the shared experience of making music that speaks to the soul. A legacy built on love, family, and music. As George Strait looks back on his legendary career, the image that stands out is not just the performer on stage, but the man who has stayed true to his roots. His family, particularly his wife Norma, who has been his anchor throughout their decades together, has played a pivotal role in his success. Norma, who supported George through thick and thin, remains the quiet strength behind his public persona. Their story is one of mutual support, love, and respect, values that have remained central to George's life, both on and off the stage. And while George Strait has touched millions with his songs, it is his integrity, his dedication to his family, and his authentic approach to music that will ultimately define his legacy. As he continues to influence the country music landscape, George Strait is proof that true success is not measured by the awards or the hits, but by the love and respect you garner from those who matter most. In the years to come, George Strait will undoubtedly continue to perform, but it's his legacy of heart and authenticity that will stand the test of time. His music, his family, and his humility have made him not just a country legend, but a symbol of the enduring power of love, resilience, and the human connection. The heart of country music, George Strait's journey of love, family, and authenticity. For George Strait, country music has always been more than a career. It's been a way of life. His songs, each carrying a story from his own experiences or the lives of those around him, have touched millions, resonating deeply with fans who relate to the emotions embedded in every lyric. From love and heartbreak to the passage of time and the joys of family, George's music has become a soundtrack for life's most significant moments. "I've sung about and written about love, heartache, family, and everything in between my entire career," George reflects with a sense of pride and fulfillment. And that's one of the things I like the most about country music. It's real, it's relatable, and it means something to the people who hear it. Indeed, George Strait's music has left an indelible mark on his fans, but it's also influenced his own family in ways that are deeply personal. "When I walk out there and see people affected by my music," he says, It's endearing. It means something. You don't realize it at the time, but you can see the way people connect with your songs. It's a powerful thing. A love story in the making for many, George Strait's music has become the soundtrack to significant life events, including love stories of their own. A fan shared a personal anecdote during an interview, revealing that her third date with her now husband was spent singing along to George's songs. "I thought, okay, he's probably a keeper. I might have to marry him. And I did," she laughed. The couple, like so many, has grown with George's music. Listening to Remember When, the fan fondly recalls the nostalgic lyrics that reflect the beauty of love and family, a sentiment that has only deepened since the birth of their own children. "It means something. It's a lot of life in some of those songs," she says. The connection between George's music and these pivotal moments in his fans' lives is a testament to the timeless quality of his work. The unbreakable legend, G. Brooks' return, tragedy, and triumphs in country music. After more than a decade of absence from the music scene, G. Brooks, the legendary country musician, returned in full force in November 2014 with his highly anticipated album Man Against Machine. His comeback was a significant moment in the world of country music, as Brooks's influence had never truly waned, despite the long break. The album debuted at #1 on the country charts and #4 on the Billboard 200, selling an impressive 119,000 copies in its first week. It quickly became the best-selling country album of that week, further solidifying Brooks' place at the top of the music world. Critics and fans alike celebrated Man Against Machine for its heartfelt storytelling and warm, emotive performances. Madison Bain of Entertainment Weekly wrote, "After 13 years, Man Against Machine by G. Brooks is sweet enough on the music stage. A perfect work with profound, heartfelt storytelling." Within just a few months, the album surpassed 1 million copies sold, marking another remarkable achievement in Brooks's illustrious career. This resurgence wasn't just a commercial triumph, it was also a symbolic moment in music history. With Man Against Machine and its immediate success, G. Brooks not only revived his career but also surpassed an iconic figure in music history. By selling over 135 million albums, he officially overtook Elvis Presley as the best-selling solo artist of all time in the United States. With 150 million albums sold worldwide, Brooks stands as one of the highest-selling music artists globally. Despite the years of absence, his return to the top was a testament to his enduring talent and the deep connection he shares with his audience. The power of performance, a global legacy. "I've never been about sales numbers," G. Brooks humbly stated in an interview following his comeback. "The quality of music is more about the performance than anything else." This philosophy has been evident throughout his career, whether through the raw emotion in his songs or the energy he brings to the stage. G. Brooks has always been more focused on connecting with his audience than accumulating accolades. His concerts continue to be filled with fans, eager to experience the energy, passion, and authenticity that only G. Brooks can provide. Even after years away from the spotlight, his influence remains immense. Brooks's music transcends borders, resonating with fans from all walks of life and across the globe. His ability to bring country music to an international stage is one of his most significant achievements. His music has not only brought country to new audiences, but has shaped the cultural landscape of the genre. From his early days in Oklahoma to his incredible success in Nashville, G. Brooks's journey is a testament to his resilience, determination, and commitment to his craft. While his influence has grown over the years, the undeniable truth remains. G. Brooks is not just a country musician, he is an irreplaceable cultural icon. The road to redemption, personal tragedy, and public recovery. Despite the numerous accolades and successes, G. Brooks's life has not been free from personal struggles. In 2001, after a 15-year marriage to Sandy Mahal, his personal life suffered a major blow with the dissolution of their union. Speculation about the reasons for the divorce pointed to alleged infidelity, a challenging period that left Brooks grappling with both public scrutiny and personal pain. The end of his marriage marked a difficult chapter for the artist, but it also led him to a new chapter in his personal life. In 2005, G. Brooks found love again with fellow country music star Trisha Yearwood. Their relationship quickly became one of the most beloved power couples in the industry, known for their mutual support both personally and professionally. The couple's bond has been an enduring example of love in the spotlight, as they supported each other through career milestones and personal struggles. But in 2025, an unexpected twist of fate cast a shadow over G. Brooks's otherwise unstoppable career. In a dramatic turn, the name Susan Smith would become an unavoidable nightmare for the country legend. What appeared to be just another night of stellar performances and adoration from fans would soon become the catalyst for a scandal that would shake the country music world to its core. The legal storm, a dark chapter in G. Brooks's life. As the lights dimmed on the stage and the applause from the crowd still echoed in the Coliseum, the country music world was hit by a devastating blow. A legal storm descended upon G. Brooks, and his world, one built on years of hard work, family support, and musical triumphs, suddenly seemed to shatter. The legal troubles were unexpected, shocking fans and industry insiders alike. The questions began to arise. How could someone who had achieved so much, whose life had been the definition of success, though the specifics of the legal matters involving Susan Smith remain under wraps, it's clear that the events that unfolded in 2025 would change the trajectory of G. Brooks' career. Fans and critics alike struggled to reconcile the man they admired for his music with the allegations that now swirled around him. For Brooks, who had worked so hard to maintain his reputation and keep his family life private, the situation was devastating. His once indomitable public image was suddenly under siege, and the world was left wondering how he would weather this storm. The future of G. Brooks, music, family, and moving forward. As G. Brooks deals with the legal battles and the public scrutiny that has followed, there remains one undeniable truth. His music legacy is far from over. While the future of his live performances may be uncertain, his influence on the country music landscape remains intact. Fans continue to flock to his shows, driven by a deep connection to the music he created and the legacy he has built. Even after a lengthy absence, G. Brooks has remained relevant, and his return to the stage for a Las Vegas residency in 2025 was a testament to his enduring appeal. His heartfelt performances, full of energy and emotion, reminded everyone why he had earned his place as one of country music's greatest stars. For Brooks, music is more than just a career. It is a means of connecting with his fans, of sharing his heartache, triumphs, and everything in between. As G. Brooks continues to face the challenges of his legal battles and health concerns, he remains committed to his music and his family. His love for his wife, Trisha Yearwood, and their bond continues to be a source of strength for him. Together, they have endured the ups and downs of life, and their relationship serves as a reminder of the power of love and resilience. In a career filled with both success and setbacks, G. Brooks has proven that even in the face of adversity, he remains a force to be reckoned with in the world of music. His legacy, shaped by his dedication to his craft, his family, and his fans, will continue to influence country music for generations to come. As the story of G. Brooks unfolds, one thing remains clear. His impact on the music industry is immeasurable, and his journey, no matter how turbulent, will forever be a part of country music history. A shadowy figure named Susan Smith has unexpectedly thrust herself into the spotlight, filing a lawsuit in Mississippi that has set the entertainment world on edge. The case, which has sent shockwaves through Hollywood, brings with it shocking allegations of assault and coercion into sexual acts. But what lies behind this mysterious figure and the explosive legal battle that now threatens to unravel the life of a beloved country music icon? In the heart of this turmoil stands none other than Garth Brooks, the country music legend whose name has been dragged into a scandal that could tarnish his storied career. The lawsuit, which was recently filed in Los Angeles County, reveals the shocking claims made by an anonymous woman who goes by the pseudonym Susan Smith. As the accusations of sexual assault and abuse unfold, the world is left to wonder, who is this woman? And what dark secret has she uncovered that could bring down one of country music's most adored figures? Susan Smith, once a trusted makeup artist and hairstylist, had what appeared to be an ordinary professional relationship with Garth Brooks and his wife, the renowned singer Trisha Yearwood. But beneath the surface of their seemingly routine collaboration lies a disturbing and chilling story that spans years. The allegations against Brooks are not just trivial claims, they are detailed and deeply troubling accusations of abuse, manipulation, and exploitation, which allegedly began during her tenure working with the couple. What makes these allegations even more compelling is the fact that Smith is not fighting this battle alone. Standing behind her is the powerful Wigdor law firm, a legal titan, known for its unflinching commitment to taking on high-profile cases of sexual abuse and misconduct. This is the same firm that gained national attention when it represented Cassie Ventura in her highly publicized lawsuit against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. As history seems to be repeating itself, the stakes couldn't be higher. Could the mighty Garth Brooks, who has enjoyed decades of adulation and success, see his career irreparably damaged by these disturbing claims? Smith first began working with Trisha Yearwood in 1999, stepping into the role of a trusted makeup artist for the singer. It was during this time that she forged a connection with the Yearwood family, a bond that would eventually open doors to working alongside Garth Brooks. What seemed to be an ordinary career opportunity turned into something much darker when Brooks allegedly began to exploit his power over her. Smith's allegations suggest that her financial struggles and dependence on her work for the Yearwood-Brooks family made her vulnerable to the manipulative tactics allegedly employed by Brooks. She claims that the country music legend, aware of her precarious situation, took advantage of her position and subjected her to prolonged periods of emotional and physical abuse. The legal documents, though chilling in their details, are just the beginning of what promises to be a long and complex legal battle. As the lawsuit progresses, the public will inevitably look to the Wigdor law firm to steer the case toward a resolution, much as they did in the past with other high-profile sexual abuse cases. Their track record suggests that they will stop at nothing to ensure that justice is served, and this case is likely to become a defining moment in the history of celebrity abuse lawsuits. For Garth Brooks, a man whose reputation has been built on his wholesome image and love of family, these allegations are nothing short of devastating. His supporters are left questioning how a man who has spent decades building a career based on integrity and family values could now be facing such heinous accusations. Yet, as history has shown, the truth is often far more complex than what the public perceives. In the coming months, as the legal proceedings unfold, the world will watch closely to see whether Garth Brooks can weather this storm or if his once glowing career will be irreparably tarnished. Will the truth come to light, or will these allegations remain a shadow over his legacy? This lawsuit represents far more than a legal battle. It is a critical moment in the ongoing conversation about abuse and power dynamics in the entertainment industry. As public scrutiny intensifies and the details of the case become more widely known, it will be up to the legal system to determine whether justice will be served. One thing is clear: the future of Garth Brooks and the broader entertainment world may never be the same again. By 2017, Susan Smith had started collaborating with Garth Brooks, further intertwining her career with his family's. The lawsuit now unveils a critical piece of the puzzle, a detail that sheds light on the darker side of their relationship. In 2019, as Susan faced overwhelming financial strain, the situation took a disturbing turn. Could these financial hardships have been the catalyst for the heinous allegations that would soon surface? The lawsuit paints a harrowing picture of how Brooks allegedly viewed Susan Smith's vulnerability not as an opportunity to help, but as a window to manipulate, control, and exploit her. The chilling details of her ordeal are gradually coming to light, each revelation more unsettling than the last. The first incident, as recounted in the complaint, allegedly occurred in 2019 within the seemingly safe confines of Garth Brooks' lavish home. Susan Smith recalls an event so horrifying it seemed almost unreal. She was working in the house when, according to her account, Brooks emerged from the bathroom, completely naked. The shock of seeing him in such a state was only compounded by his behavior. He greeted her with a clear and unsettling arousal, then grabbed her hand and placed it on his body. The singer's words during this moment were described as brazen and chilling. He allegedly claimed he had long dreamed of this moment, before crudely demanding that Smith perform a sexual act on him, all while he still wore his glasses. Smith, who was already paralyzed by fear, later testified that despite feeling horrified and repulsed, she found herself unable to refuse entirely. The crushing weight of her financial struggles kept her trapped in this toxic and exploitative dynamic. Her tears were swallowed in silence, as she had no choice but to continue working, knowing that her livelihood depended on maintaining this dreadful professional connection. But the nightmare did not end there. In May 2019, Susan Smith traveled to Los Angeles with Garth Brooks for the Grammy Awards ceremony. What should have been a celebratory event soon turned into another terrifying chapter in Smith's ordeal. Upon their arrival at the hotel, Smith was shocked to find that Brooks had only booked a single suite, a room with just one bed. This lack of privacy compounded the discomfort and sense of vulnerability that had begun to take root in Susan's mind. That night, the situation intensified with Susan Smith's lawsuit alleging Garth Brooks approached her naked, leaving her feeling like prey. Post-assault, he allegedly coerced her to continue as his makeup artist for the Grammys. Smith experienced deep humiliation and fear as Brooks reportedly exhibited inappropriate behavior, even suggesting a threesome with his wife. The significant physical disparity heightened her helplessness during the assault. Now represented by the Wigdor law firm, Smith's case sheds light on accountability in the entertainment industry. A failed rape attempt in 2019 further demonstrated Brooks' relentless misconduct, leaving Smith with lasting emotional scars from these traumatic incidents. Susan Smith, emotionally shattered, confronted Garth Brooks, demanding the end of their coercive sexual relationship. Instead of recognizing the harm, Brooks allegedly offered a manipulative reassurance, revealing his selfishness. He reduced her to a secret rather than acknowledging her need for empathy. Brooks then reportedly took Smith's phone in 2020, deleting sexually explicit messages to protect himself from exposure, displaying blatant disregard for her privacy. Unable to endure the harassment, Smith relocated to Mississippi in May 2021, seeking a fresh start. Nevertheless, Brooks allegedly continued to harass her with disturbing messages and sensitive photos, preventing her from escaping her traumatic past. The constant stalking and harassment pushed Smith to her breaking point. It was this unrelenting trauma, compounded by the emotional scars left from the previous abuse, that led Susan Smith to file a lawsuit against Garth Brooks, bringing the darkness that had overshadowed her life into the light of the legal system. The lawsuit also outlines the severe physical injuries Susan Smith allegedly sustained due to Brooks's assault. She reportedly suffered significant pain in her neck, knees, and lower back, prompting her to seek medical attention. The injuries, though physically painful, were only a fraction of the toll the abuse took on her. The lawsuit reveals that Smith also sought medical care in Los Angeles to treat the psychological and emotional wounds inflicted by her abuser. The ongoing emotional and psychological toll inflicted by Garth Brooks on Susan Smith is disturbing, compounded by allegations of physical abuse. Reports detail Brooks' persistent sexual advances and unwanted touching, which heightened Smith's emotional distress when she protested. Financial dependence and fear of retaliation left her feeling trapped. The lawsuit unveils her descent into despair, with claims that she even contemplated suicide to escape the trauma caused by Brooks's harassment. Additionally, it describes Brooks's use of multiple phones and female aliases to send explicit messages to Smith, suggesting a calculated effort to conceal his identity. Evidence within the lawsuit includes audio recordings of conversations between Smith and Brooks, where he supposedly admitted to inappropriate behavior. As the trial progresses, it may reveal the dark truths of the entertainment industry, questioning accountability and the abuse of power. The tension in the courtroom is palpable, especially after a recording surfaced where Brooks confronted about a conversation implicating him in actions concerning Smith complicates his defense. In a tense courtroom, Susan Smith expressed her profound anxiety about Garth Brooks, whose chilling apology seemed insincere given the ongoing abuse. Despite this, Smith displayed remarkable bravery, firmly ending her relationship with Brooks during a separate conversation. The trial, filled with tension and media scrutiny, focused on serious allegations against the country music star, primarily supported by Smith's testimony that revealed her traumatic experiences, including incidents at his home and the Grammy Awards. Her narrative, marked by pain and fear, characterized Brooks as someone who abused his fame to manipulate her. Key evidence presented included text messages and audio recordings substantiating Smith's accusations, alongside expert testimonies underscoring the allegations' severity. A particularly damning audio recording showcased Brooks's coercive behavior towards Smith, highlighting his attempts to control her. Witnesses corroborated claims of inappropriate conduct, further tarnishing Brooks's public image. As he continued to deny all allegations, the courtroom buzzed with the significant implications of the unfolding drama.